Welcome back once again, everyone, to E to the 3, Sensei Gerry VALIDO here with the VALIDO Academy of Martial Arts. This is going to be the third and final segment in this Raining Claw series of videos for American Kenpo Cadena de Mano. And now what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate the Cadena de Mano aspect into American Kenpo. Cadena de Mano in English means chain of hand. And basically what that indicates is that the joint manipulations and the leverages in Cadena de Mano flow one into the next like links in a chain. Okay? So because of that particular characteristic, it integrates really, really well with the circular flowing motions that we find in American Kenpo, not to mention the different concepts and principles that we work with in American Kenpo. This now becomes the point, forgive the pun, of our attention, okay? And I find myself empty-handed against an attacker wielding a knife. Cadena de Mano also has empty hand versus stick, and stick versus stick disarms. Okay, and maybe we'll look at that in future videos. But for now, so give me the blade real quick. If you remember, the attack on Raining Claw was this uppercut punch. Okay, giving him the blade. Okay, the attack now becomes a thrust to the midsection. Okay, we're going to use that same Raining Claw entry with a slight modification to it to counter this particular technique. Okay, so instead of doing this smother block, okay, here where this isn't going to do anything because his motion is coming this way, this smother block may drop him down, but his motion will still continue. And because he has a blade, he's going to come right into me. So I definitely don't want to do this. One of the things that we teach in Hirona Nisa Screama and in Cadena de Mano especially are what we call C checks. Okay, fingers together, making a C with your thumb, and they are actually movements where we will grab and check, or check and grab the opponent's limb to control the knife wielding limb. Okay, so instead of stepping back to 6 o'clock here in my right neutral bow, I'm going to slightly step off to about 5:30. Okay, so once again, I'm going to step off slightly to 5:30 as he comes in, and I'm going to check down and grab this. Now, once again, second hand has to come into play here because he may want to hit me, but because the emphasis now is his blade and I've just caught his arm, he's going to want his blade back. So as he goes to yank in, I'm going to come in with this Raining Claw right to his face. Okay? Now, it doesn't have to be this Raining Claw. I want him to pull his attention off of this blade. Okay? So maybe I'll come in with a hammer fist and smash his nose, hopefully breaking it. Hopefully allowing him or causing him to choke on his own saliva and his own blood and his eyes tearing up. That would be ideal if that could happen. Okay? So once again, he comes in, and there's my hammer fist right there. Now, or the Raining Claw, whichever one you prefer. Okay? As I come in, I'm going to press this blade up against his arm. He's going to be worrying about the nose that I just broke. Okay? At least for a fraction of a second. So I'm not going to completely worry about this hand. Okay? He's got too much to worry about right now. He's got this broken nose. I've got his blade hand. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to get away from this hand because I don't want it to grab me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my front leg and I'm going to step through his stance literally by taking my knee. I'm going to step with my left foot first. So if he's 12 o'clock, I'm going to step to about 9 o'clock with my left foot and bring my knee right through his knee, still controlling his hand. Okay, so let's do that again. And I'm going to go into a reverse wrist lock. which is now the Cadena de Mano aspect of this. He comes in, so here's my reigning claw or my hammer fist. I'm going to step, and come into this. I now have him in this reverse wrist lock. I've got my 2 thumbs on the buttons here of his knuckles, and I'm going to press his knuckles towards his shoulder, just like this. Now, I can do a few things here. I can break his wrist if I want, but what happens is, by me doing this, it releases the hold he has on the blade. So, I can take the blade. Now, if you run underneath the Eskrima, when we take the blade, we'll probably take the blade and fillet down the arm. Okay? I can do that, and then stab with this Onkiki strike, and then cover out. Okay? Or I can just take the blade and go. Okay? It depends on what you want to do. It depends on the level of the threat. It depends on whether or not he's got a buddy coming around the corner. I don't know, but we're not going to deal with that situation right now. We're just going to figure out what to do in this particular scenario. Okay? So, as you can see, the Cadena de Mano aspect of what we do and what we teach focuses on protecting ourselves from this blade. We don't want to get touched with this blade. Now, one of the very important things, obviously, with this technique is the entry, okay, which I want to just focus on really quickly. If I step straight right into my neutral bow, yes, I get out of the way, but he could track me a little bit. See how I can turn the blade? He could track me. Okay? One of the things that you learn in a weapon art, in a weapon-oriented art, where you're focusing on the weapon, you have to learn what they can do with the weapon. So, in order for that not to happen, that's why I'm stepping out a little further. Now, if he turns that blade, he can't get me. See? But I'm still open for this nose shot here. Now, once again, this has to come not even 1-2. It has to come 1.5. Okay? So as he comes in, right there. As I come in, I have to press this in and hit him. Okay? I've got him down here at the groin if I want. I can do a knee lift if I want. Before I step through and into this, I still have a stomp to the head here. I've got a knee. Okay? I can collapse the elbow and stab. Okay? There's a bunch of different things I can do. But controlling the weapon is of the utmost importance here. Okay? Thank you, sir. Alright, so I hope there was something there that you can use or take with you for, like I said, food for thought. Once again, this becomes the laboratory. The American Kenpo is a system of amazing physical, tactical things that Grandmaster Ed Parker has left us. The Cadena de Mano and Hiron Arnis Eskrima is similarly an amazing weapon art and a legacy left to us by the late Grandmaster Leo Hiron. Thank you again for watching. Any comments or questions, please contact me, and we will see you on the next installment of E to the 3. Make it happen.